So
So you're
I
going out of
am,
town?
yeah, I am going to Guadalajara, Mexico.
Ooh,
I know.
exciting.
Friend of the pod, Ani B, her and her
Our favorite.
husband, I know, one of our faves, they are going to Guadalajara and they invited us to come.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's only like a 3.5 hour flight.
Really?
Mhm.
Wow.
You go straight across the Gulf of Mexico, straight down.
Have you checked Apple Maps recently?
I won't be.
Oh my
It
gosh,
is
you can see you.
still we're international pod. I'm going international. It is Gulf of Mexico. That's where I'm going across.
I feel like it could even be Gulf of the Americas. North, Central, South. That's not what we went with.
Nope. When you just make stuff up and you don't ask anyone, that's how you get here. So,
Gulf of the
okay.
USA.
Yeah. Yeah. Gulf of the most important country in the whole wide world. That's really what we're trying to say. Okay. So we are going cross to our neighbor country, Mexico. Hello, to
Mm, hmm.
Guadalajara. And there's like this big fancy train. It's a Jose Cuervo tequila train. And
What?
they drive you straight into the city of tequila.
Whoa.
Yeah, they kick you out and then they send you to this tequila distillery. And then you try all the tequilas.
Oh my gosh.
And then they wrangle all the tourists back up and they put them on a bus and then they shuttle them home.
Wow. What a
Yeah.
time. Do
So
you like
that's what I'll be
tequila?
doing. I have not been drinking nearly as much as I used to
This
in my
might be a
prime.
shock. This trip
I'm a
might be a
little
shock.
worried. Yeah, I'm a little worried to be perfectly honest. I don't know that I can try all these tequilas.
It's okay if you don't want to, or just take half of the try, half of the sip.
Yeah, I know. It's hard when you're in the moment though and everyone's doing it to
I
not
know.
succumb to peer pressure.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That
But
just
I
sounds
don't want
really
to be
hard to be
sick.
sick. Yeah,
Yeah, I do
want
not want to
that.
be sick in our neighboring country, Mexico. That's not where I want to be sick. Absolutely not. So
Man.
we're going down Thursday, Friday. Don't know what I'm doing. Hanging out, probably reading The Skin Stealer's
Mm-hmm.
Son. I'm bringing this
Mm-hmm.
book with me.
A good
It's not
one.
finally. It's getting really good.
Yeah.
And Saturday's the train, and then Sunday we go home. Quick trip.
Wow. So are they going just for the train? Is that kind of the big draw?
So Ani B's parents, they're retired and they're just living their best life, traveling around. So they have like an Airbnb in Guadalajara for like
What?
they've had it for like a month.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
And it's like
cool.
big. Yeah, it's a big old Airbnb, a palace. No, it's not a palace, but it's big. So there's 3 bedrooms. So one for Ani B and her husband, and then one for me and Andrew.
Wow.
I
Then a
know. And her parents
spare
are,
in
and a
case you find a
spare.
friend.
Well, that's where the parents are staying.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be there.
They wanted to stay in one of the rooms that they are renting as well. So,
Makes sense.
yeah, yeah. So that's what we're doing. What are you getting
Wow, that's so
into?
fun. Buen viaje.
Buen viaje.
Buen viaje.
Yo no sé.
Good
¿Qué es?
travels. Oh. Ah, sí, sí,
Oh,
sí.
comprendo. Muy bueno. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So,
Uh-huh.
what are you getting into?
Um, this weekend I don't really know if we're doing anything. Last weekend though, we went to a strawberry farm and the Everglades, and that was really fun.
Ooh, very
Mm-hmm.
nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Were the
Yeah,
strawberries good or were they
they were
bland?
super good. No, they were really good. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a strawberry and tomato farm. But I said we're not eating
Oh.
tomatoes. But you know what we ended up doing a lot the past few days? eating a lot of
What?
different tomatoes.
You've
We
just
made
been
these
wanting them.
capris. No, no, definitely not. But actually, these ones were good. So we made these capri sandwiches. It was so amazing. And we made them
Yeah.
with tomatoes. And Candy and I have bonded. Well, we've talked offline and yes, bonded about how nobody should eat tomatoes because they're gross. But these tomatoes in this context were very good.
American tomatoes, bland, slimy mush. Gross. No good. I've gone international and tried a tomato. Delicious. Full of flavor. Sweet. Acidic. All the things. Ours, blah. But Chrissy went straight to the farm. And so they can be good, it sounds like. You just need them fresh.
Well, no, I didn't eat those tomatoes because Josh said, should we pick tomatoes? I said, no, who eats tomatoes? I said, I'm not going to eat them. So we
Yeah.
made our Capri sandwiches with just, Publix tomatoes.
Oh, but
Mm-hmm.
covered
And they
in
were still
cheese and
good.
balsamic.
Yeah.
Suddenly
And
they're good.
mayo.
Okay. And mayo.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay. All right. All right.
It was
All right.
amazing.
It's the classic, you're not ugly, you're just poor.
Tomatoes can always be good if they're in
Yeah.
mayo.
Yeah. You're not bland. You just need fats.
You need five other flavors drowning you out.
You just need some mayonnaise and cheese and balsamic and a lot of things to cover you up.
A lot of
Exactly.
bread. And then you're good to go.
Yeah. So when did you start hating tomatoes?
Probably when you did. So that sounds cool. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I don't know. I've just never liked them. I don't remember when I liked tomatoes.
Well, I just, the reason why I have a distinct memory of when I started hating them.
Oh, what happened?
Mom, mom was having a extreme bout of parenting, and she
Mm.
said, "You cannot leave the dinner table until you eat this disgusting salad." She said it just like that. And I said, she said, "You must eat this horrific salad I've prepared." And and I sat there for an hour. It's probably 10 minutes, but it felt like an hour. And I was like, I can't do it. I was like trying, I was like, ugh, gagging, can't. And so then it got to like the negotiation part of, the
Mm.
parenting.
That stage
So
of
I
grief.
said, yeah, that's it, negotiation. Exactly. So I said, Mom, can I get rid of one item out of the salad and then I'll eat the rest? And she said, okay, fine. So I got rid of the lettuce because it was the most.
Makes sense. That's very reasonable.
So then I was just left with croutons and onions and tomatoes.
Oh
So
no.
then I had to then I eat the croutons, easy, done. Okay, now Fear Factor style,
Oh,
getting rid
you
of these.
started with the croutons. You have to use those as like a chaser for the
I wasn't thinking strategic. I was just thinking, like, what can I possibly stomach? And I was like, the croutons, fine. The lettuce is gone. Now it's just the tomatoes, is what I'm left with. And so I just Fear Factor style ate them. And I just remember being disgusted.
Oh my gosh.
Now, raw
Wow.
tomato,
Wow,
mm-mm.
now forever. You've never liked them since then.
I can do if it's like covered up in stuff, if it's a salsa, if it's a sauce, if it's, that, okay, fine. But like putting a tomato on a sandwich, no,
I would never.
never. Mm-mm.
Wow. Well, okay, this brings up a great conversation that I had today with a friend of the pod, Jasmine. Hi, Jasmine. She's
Ooh,
great.
hi.
Hi. And we were talking about books, and I was like, yeah, I get books from the library, but I was like, oh, but sometimes I'm worried that they're bathroom books. And then she was like,
There's a
what's
fear.
that? I know. She said, what's a bathroom book? And I said, oh. Then I was like, is this something only our family did? And so I
No.
explained to her, I explained to her, I was like, yeah, my mom, she would just put books in the bathroom because this was before everyone had a phone. And so she
Yeah.
put books in there that she wanted us to read because you get desperate because you're just bored. So you pick up a book. And I said it was very effective.
Yeah.
And then sometimes one of us would like just be reading a book for fun and then we bring it in the bathroom.
Yeah.
So there's a bathroom book.
Yeah.
And I said, You've never heard of that? She said, I've never done that before, but it's very strategic on your mom's part. It's very smart.
Well, when you grow up in a house that is 1,500 square feet with six people in it, the only place of privacy is the bathroom.
Maybe that was it.
Like,
Yeah.
that
It
house
was
was
like
so
a
small.
entertainment
Yeah, literally. It was like that was the only way
activity.
to, yeah, that was how you got rid of everybody. You're like, finally, one moment of peace and quiet in this bathroom with sex education books. That was the smartest thing mom did. Is she put all the sex ed like books
Exactly.
in the bathroom.
That's funny. I only remember like the devotionals in there because
That
we
is
had those in
so
there too.
strange. You're having a toilet devotional? No. That's not a place of I'm ready to,
Sometimes it feels pretty heavenly.
sometimes you are on the porcelain god toilet and being
Yeah.
like, please save me. Woo. Okay. Yeah, but you can tell that she did not grow up in a tiny house with a lot of people. But bathroom books
Maybe
are
that's
real.
it. But okay, who else had a bathroom book?
Seinfeld. They had a
Oh.
whole episode about it. It is real.
Hmm. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I think this could be our next poll though.
Yeah. I think this
Because
has turned into a toilet podcast. Two episodes
what
in a row.
did we talk about last time?
In our last episode that was published, episode 2 of Cerulean Sea, we were talking
Oh.
about Chauncey and his emissions
Oh,
and his pine
yes.
cones.
Yes, I do
Wow.
remember that.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, so she didn't know about the toilet books.
Mm-mm. Never heard of it. She said that's fascinating.
Do you bring the library books into the, do you make a library book a toilet book?
Not usually. But you gotta be strategic. No, no,
Oh,
no. So when I
oh,
say
no, no,
no,
no,
no,
no, no,
no.
no,
So
no, no,
once
no,
I
no,
touch
no.
something in the bathroom, I don't touch anything else. But at first moment when everything's clean, sometimes. And then I put
Okay,
it
all right.
away.
Well, that's why you're afraid, Chrissy.
I know what people do.
Yeah, yeah. That's why mom, when we went to the Airbnb, she was like, we have to bring our own coffee pot because sometimes people pee in
Yes.
the coffee pots. And I was like, who's doing
Ooh,
that?
that sounds so difficult.
I know, maybe mom's doing it at home. Who knows? That's how she
Oh
knows.
my gosh.
Ugh. Okay, you ready to get into it?
We gotta get into it.
Oh, speaking of, we are doing an R&D poll. Do you want us to cut these beginning chit chats into a separate episode? And if you'd like to vote, that is in Girl Talk minisode. Not a lot of votes.
Yeah.
There's
Has
three.
anyone voted?
Two are saying yes, one is saying no. So it's only three votes though.
Oh, and that wasn't us because you didn't vote, right?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I didn't either. Okay, so that's three people who aren't us. I'm just surprised because most of our polls only have three votes, and one of them is you and one of them is me.
Yeah, I know. I know. So I know. All right. So if you have an opinion, we are taking input. Maybe
Or
we'll do
even
something about
better,
it.
you could email us, share your in-depth
Oh.
opinion.
Yeah, tell us how much you don't want to hear us talk. Send us an email.
I know. Do you like the bathroom book or not? Do you need this discussion?
If you email us, you better tell us about your bathroom book opinion, though.
Yes, please sign off.
Yeah, sign off your opinion on that. Yay or
Hmm.
nay.
We need that. Or this was another question that came up from our conversation was what's something your family's done that you totally thought was normal until you met other families? And you said, oh, it's a good one.
Oh my God. There is this long-term Reddit lore of the poop knife.
What?
And so apparently someone years ago thought everyone had a poop knife.
No way. What does, should I guess?
It's just like you would I honestly don't even know what this family would use it for. Well, I know what they would use it for. I don't know why they needed to use it. There's something with their diet, it must be, because they all they all seem to need this extra equipment in the bathroom.
Oh, to make it go down. They weren't examining
No,
it.
no, to
Oh.
like cut it.
Well, yeah, no, to so it would go down the drain or to
No,
examine what was on the inside.
neither. Like a Play-Doh, like Play-Doh coming out of the thing, and then you like cut it.
Oh, what? What? Oh,
Yeah,
wow. I would never have imagined that.
yeah.
Oh
It
no, that's
says,
awful.
okay, wait a minute. I'm reading it right now. Okay. Everyone births giant logs of poo. If anyone laid a mega poo, you know that sometimes it won't flush. It lays across the hole in the bottom of the bowl, and the vortex of draining water merely gives it a spin as it mocks you. Growing up, this was a common enough occurrence that our family had a poop knife. It was an old, rusty kitchen knife that hung on the nail in the laundry room. That's disgusting. Only to be used for that purpose. It was normal to walk through the hallway and have someone call out, "Hey, can you give me the poop knife?" I thought it was a standard kit. You have your plunger, your toilet brush, and your poop knife.
Wait, why didn't they put the poop knife in the bathroom? What?
Okay. Fast forward to 22. It's been a day or two between poops, and I'm over at my friend's house. My friend was the local dealer and always had, quote, guests over because you can't buy weed without sitting and sampling it for an hour. Okay. I excuse
Okay.
myself and lay a giant turd. I look down and see that it's a sideways one. So I crack open the door and call for my friend. He arrives and I ask for his poop knife. My what? Your poop knife, I say. I need to use it. Please. WTF is a poop knife. Obviously, he has one, but maybe he calls it by a more delicate name. Oh my God.
Oh
Okay.
my
So
goodness.
that is one of the original. So that was from 7 years ago in
Wow.
the Reddit called Confessions.
That's amazing. Did people comment and say, "Oh yeah, I had a poop knife"? Or is that a family special?
Someone says my family uses a spatula, affectionately referred to as the shatula.
That's
Okay,
pretty
so
funny.
there are tens of them out there, it looks like.
Wow.
Disgusting.
Solves a problem.
I don't know why they're doing this though.
Like as in the toilet should just be able to flush it.
They should have a different technique, I would think.
What else
Anyway,
would you do?
I get like a big thing of toilet paper and then just kind of move it with the toilet brush
Oh,
and then it flushes and then you clean the toilet and then you clean off the brush in the water.
very reasonable.
Nice. I keep it in the
Oh
laundry
my
room.
gosh. Oh, I hate that it's reused. Like I feel like a box of plastic knives that you immediately throw out.
Ooh,
Oh
okay.
my gosh.
That to me is like the most iconic. Does your family do this?
Now I need to start asking that question.
Oh my God. We're not asking that as a poll. I don't want to know if our listeners do that.
Oh.
I don't want to know if we're that kind of pod. Ugh.
But we are the
Okay.
pod that starts 30 minutes late. Or we
Yeah.
have 30
So
minutes of banter.
yeah. So if you want that as a separate episode, let us know.
Hmm.
But
Okay.
today We are talking about the skin sealer's son.
By Allison M. We still don't know.
Kovac. Kovac.
Kovac,
Allison
I think.
MK.
Allison MK. That's a
Allison
good one.
MK. There we go.
Yes.
Inclusive. We got it.
Whose email we need to respond to? Because you never responded to what she said to us, right?
I
We
don't think we
responded
need to.
live. You don't think so? I don't know. I feel like a thank you. That was such a great email.
I think we'll send one now that we're starting her second one.
Okay, maybe that could be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, she sent a great email. Email her if you love her books and have questions or just want to talk to her. She's great.
Yeah. Yeah. You can email her. You look on her very sparsely biographical website, but there is an email. So
Mm-hmm.
you can do
Yes.
that.
Speaking of biography, we already covered it in Fox's Tongue and Kieran's Bone that we made up.
Yes.
And then we edited it on our Bookalicious year-end recap, where we read an
Yes.
email from Allison and she corrected our biography. How cool is that?
Very cool. Yeah. So now we have the honor to read Allison MK's second book, The Skin Stealer's Son.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Okay. Oh, yeah.
I accidentally, well, I didn't accidentally, I purchased the big print version.
I see it.
And look how thick this book is.
That's like a tome. That's like a whole Harry Potter book.
Yeah. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, good. I wanted her to write more, and she did. But it turns out the font is just size like 35.
Well,
So
your eyes will feel great after this.
honestly, I feel so accomplished reading it because I'll read it for
I
5 minutes. I'm
bet.
like, look how many pages I've read. 10 pages.
Wow, that is a good feeling. I'm
Hmm.
reading this one on my Kindle for the first time, and it's been really
Ooh.
great. But it is a little, you can't really see your progress. Although it does have the percentage bar, and that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty motivating.
I was wondering how you knew you were 21% done with the book.
Oh, yeah, I do math.
I was like, oh, my nerd little sister doing division in her off time.
That's so funny. I thought you knew I was on a Kindle. No.
I I did, but I forgot. And I was just like, I guess she wants to be precise today. Why not?
That's how I knew. Yeah, Candy was like, we should read about a quarter of the way. And I said, okay, I'm 18%. I estimate 25% is chapter 15.
Yeah. Are
Okay,
we gonna
before we get
do
to judge a
Oh,
book by its cover.
that's all I was gonna say.
Well, before we get there, we got to tell the people who we are.
Oh, yes.
Yes, this is Bookalicious, a podcast where two sisters chat about books we're reading and poop stories. I'm Chrissy.
No, I'm
That's what we
Candace.
do. And
No.
today, after long ado,
We're
we're
gonna read a
finally.
not poopy book.
A no poop has come up yet, and it's a very good book. Yes, The Skin Stealer's Son by Allison M. K.
Hmm.
So first, we need to judge the book by its cover, and I think there's only one cover for this one.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like a tree. It looks like a tree of life or a tree of knowledge or something, but all the branches they make this like wreath around it. So a tree in
Yeah.
the center, wreath of branches around it. Then on top, I'm assuming is a white griffin, and
Yep.
then on the bottom, it's like a deer
Yeah.
with antlers,
Yeah.
and they're looking at each other.
It kind of looks like the griffin is chasing the deer.
Yeah, it does a little bit, and the deer's kind of like caught in the branches.
Yeah, it looks like it looks like the deer's on the bottom. He looks like he might be getting hunted. The griffin is on the top. None of his limbs are tangled up.
Mm-hmm.
He looks a little bit more predatory.
Yeah. Do we know who the griffin and the deer are?
Well, it sounds like It sounds like it's either Aaron or the lady wearing the griffin skin.
Hmm.
And I don't know who the deer is. I don't think we've
I don't
identified who
think
that could be yet.
I don't think so, but I think it's coming. I think it's the lady. I forget if they said what color griffin the lady and Aaron are. They maybe did at one point, but I just feel like it's the lady up there.
I thought they were both like the same kind of color. I thought all griffins were kind of similar colored.
Oh, no idea.
The side of the book has the little tree of life.
Oh, very interesting. I like that.
Yeah, so probably looks nice on a shelf, I think.
Yeah. Do you like that? Okay, so this is the cover. Would you pick it up and read it?
I don't know.
There's a lot of silence.
My gut instinct is no. Mm-mm.
That's kind of, I think it's a really nice cover, but it doesn't really draw me in. But also, this isn't the type of book I would normally pick up. And I think I said that with the first one too, with the fox on it, where I was like,
Hmm.
that's a cool cover, but like, I don't normally read fantasy. That looks very fantastical. So I probably wouldn't pick it up.
I'm a fantasy reader. The first one felt more like mysterious, like, ooh, what is that? You have like this big fox and it's kind of like old school
Yeah.
style art. This one is like similar kind of flavor, but it honestly, it doesn't look interesting to me. Like
Yeah, it
it's
looks,
cool design, but it doesn't
hmm
doesn't speak to
maybe
me
it's
as
all
a
the
plot.
color. It's all neutral colors.
Hmm.
But I will say the title, I'm intrigued by the title. The Skin Stealer's Son.
It's a very good title.
Yeah.
Very good title.
I'm interested.
Now, something on the back there, it looks like it's another deer, but it looks like it's a fawn, which is
Oh,
interesting.
how interesting. Is this like Harry Potter where everyone has their Patronus? Everyone has their cloak?
Well,
Maybe
it's
there's that
inter when we
rose.
get into it, we'll talk more about the cloaks, but um yeah, I could see anyone. Anyone could be anything at this point.
I know. I know. All bets are
All right.
off.
So I think we would both say we would not pick this up. We would not
Probably
read
not.
it. Probably not.
Probably not. But I'm really loving it so far.
I'm really enjoying it. Far better than the first book.
Why do you think that is?
I think part of it is that we made the investment to learn the world, so we don't
Mm-hmm.
have to do all this world building. I've gotten like a feel for how Allison writes, which is how I feel like she writes is someone who doesn't finish all of their sentences. They kind of start
Mm-hmm.
something and then just kind of, you know.
Yeah. Trail off. Go to the next one.
Yeah, they never really finish like a complete thought, which is I think like the writing style and I like it, but it's hard to get used to, at least it was for me. And there's a
Mm-hmm.
lot more like explaining and like
I love that.
finally finally Aaron got a teacher and I was like, "Thank God."
Yes. There is a lot of those moments where I'm like, thank goodness this is happening.
Yeah. Well, because in a traditional fantasy book, it's like the hero's journey, he gets plucked up out of nowhere and then someone has to explain everything to him, which is really so
Mm,
that the reader can know. But
yeah,
everyone assumed Aaron knew everything in the last book. And so we didn't get to learn anything. We
that's true. That is how it felt.
Why are you liking this book?
I think similar. I have a better idea of what's going on, and I really like the characters. I really liked them in the first book, and so now we get to
Yeah.
see them again, and like you already know them, so you kind of get to like just start in depth with them.
Hmm.
Especially Aaron. I think he's great. I think it's funny, or like he's really witty,
Yes.
entertaining. I think the biggest thing though is that I have a better idea of what's going on.
Hmm.
But even then, there's still some things where I'm like, still not entirely sure what
Yeah.
this is. But overall, much better idea.
Yeah. And I feel like in this book, it kind of feels like Allison's kind of like gotten her stride, like how she's writing, the story she's telling, how it's unfolding. Aaron feels a lot more sure of himself.
Mm-hmm.
The characters feel, more confident, I guess. And I like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's an interesting plot. I'm like, I have no idea what's going to happen next. Partly because I don't really know what's going on to begin with, but it's both.
Well, so in the first book, I feel like we were just kind of like getting our bearings. In this book, we're getting a lot more of the political intrigue.
Yeah. I like that.
I like that too. And that was something I really enjoyed about Elantris.
Mm-hmm.
There was like a lot of political moving components.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Aaron has like his special powers now.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
I think that's always cool when like you're in the fantasy and then the hero finally gets like his magical powers and he stops being like
Doofus.
a doofus, yeah, or like not good at anything. So I really enjoy
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah. Speaking of, should we give our big summary?
I think so. Let's do it.
Okay. So I have a few like sentences written down for each chapter, but we were going to try to just piece together a big summary overall
Mhm.
for the beginning.
Yep.
So, yes. Okay. So, first, recap of where we left off from book one, from what I remember, and I did write this part down, is the lady poisoned King Liam and blamed it on Duke Sung, who is actually Aaron's father. But Aaron was his bastard kid, so they didn't really know each other. Okay.
Yep.
Lady and Marcus had planned this together. Now the lady thinks Aaron is Marcus, so they're in
Hmm.
on it together. The Duke Sung was imprisoned because they thought he killed the king, and now Orin is the new king, and they think he's going to go on trial for being a dragon doppel because there's some good evidence that he might be.
Hmm.
Okay, so that's about where we left off. Where we pick up is Aaron has now been picked up by the lady as her apprentice, like Candy was saying. She's training him. What we see her training him on now is being a skin stealer. I think is where the title comes from, where she's
Hmm.
stolen all these skins from different animals, and now he can just put them on like a cloak and become that animal.
Hmm.
So he was. I guess this is kind of in detail. Should we just keep going in detail?
Yeah.
Okay. So we pick up with him in a wolf suit, and he and some of the other army people are going to this town to defend it against all the doppels. Is that right? Or to like rid it of the doppels.
Yeah. So that was one part that I didn't understand. I was hoping we could talk it out. It sounds like ever since we've had this political turmoil with senior King O'Shea dying, new prince taking over. Oh, you know what it is? Is that the four-tailed fox, he
Mm-hmm.
died. And what we find out is that because he's dead, he had like this magical power that was giving all of the animals like brain
Oh, that's right.
capacity.
Mm-hmm.
So now the animals are reverting back into like straight up beasts. But
That's
before they
right.
do that, they're trying to see if someone will doppel with them.
Right.
We find out that to become a doppel, all it is that you have to have like a matchmaking sort. You both have to swipe right on the Tinder app.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what the animals do is quite clever. They get the people into a hidey hole and then they try to smoke them out so that the
Mm-hmm.
people are so desperate. They say, I wish I was on the outside. I wish I could fly away. And then there's a bat and he's like, all right, let's do it, babe. And then they swap.
Mm-hmm.
But what doesn't make sense is that then does the bat go into the human body and he gets burned alive? I didn't
I
get
was
that
conf
part.
I'm also kind of confused on like how do they morph into the same thing? Is it that maybe the bat goes into the human, but then the human can turn into a bat? Does it work like that where they can like shapeshift? Or is it like
I
half
don't,
of you lives on in each body? I'm also kind
I'm
of confused.
Yeah, I was a little confused by that. But that's, as far as I understand, that's like the general idea is that the animals are losing their brain capacity. They're trying to doppel with a human so that they can keep their sentience.
Yeah. hmm And it also kind of feels like a political move where it's like these people keep killing all the doppels because they're like, you're not fully human and there's a war on humanity. But the doppels are like, we had no other choice. And so now they're putting the humans in that same position and they're like, what would you do?
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So we see that. Um, and then let's see what other big level things happen. They go back to the castle. Eventually, they need to leave the castle and go to like the salty shore, whatever it's called.
Well, so there's a big character development for Rose
Mm.
because she
mhm.
is a fae
Yes.
looking like thing. It sounds like she's actually less sure of what she is. Anyway,
I know. I didn't know you would be unsure, but okay.
yeah. So she has this birthmark, which looks like a changeling. If you go back to our first episode of Fox's Tongue, changeling is a baby that was swapped at birth,
hmm
typically one with some deformity. They typically have some magical power. So it looks like she was swapped at birth with what would be called a fae. A fae is like the little elves in the shoe. For whatever reason, they just like to do a task. And so people
Yeah.
give them a tribute in return for the fae completing a task. Okay, whatever. I'm getting into too much detail.
hmm
She's a fae. She's been hidden away. When her dad was alive, hidden away. Dad's dead. She's like, I'm coming out. Everybody's going to know. And she wants to join the CIA of the town,
Yeah.
which is called, what are they called?
Late wake.
The Late Wake. And so, in order to do so, her and Aaron just, I think
Do it.
Aaron is part of the Late Wake, and then, but he's
Yes.
stuck as a dog. So then she just
Mhm.
shows up and she's like, I'm his Late Wake attendant. So she did all this so that she could like earn her stripes, basically.
Yeah. So, right. So she and Aaron go out to this town together, and no one at that point knows she's the princess. But then after they get smoked out, they make it out alive, and then Rose kind of takes control of the situation. Is like, I'm the princess, and I'm gonna order you what to do, and everyone listens, and she has great ideas and stuff. And this is the first time everyone knows that the princess is a change or looks like a fae. So,
Yes.
and then from this moment on, after this, she goes to her brother and is like, I want to be part of the late wake. And he's like, okay, fine.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So we have that development. We also see a lot with Aaron and the lady.
Hmm.
She's teaching him a lot about magical beings and turning into different creatures and stuff. Um, he masters the wolf. And so the next one he's going to train on is the griffin so he can learn how to fly. And they have some interesting conversations that we can get into later.
Hmm. So the thing with the cloaks is that when you put it on, if you, it can like take over your mind, basically, and make you
Mm,
think you are the animal or the
that's right.
beastie. So the first one was really hard for Aaron because he's like, I'm a wolf. I look like a wolf. This and that. And so he had to like remember who he was so that he could unclasp the magic cloak and take
Right.
it off. So he was stuck
Mm-hmm.
like that for a little bit, but now that he's mastered that, now the next subsequent ones are easier to do.
Yes.
So now he's learned the griffin and he's dead set on trying to kill the lady because the lady killed King O'Shea. And we find out the lady was the basilisk or the very big snake.
You got that one.
Hmm.
I totally missed that. Yeah, from book one.
Yeah, I felt really good about that. I was like, I knew you were the snake.
That was good.
Yeah, so the lady has, it sounds like hundreds of cloaks. She can just transform into anything.
Yeah, she's like Cruella de Vil, but it's a different animal each time.
Oh, yes. Yes. And something reading this and then going back to Allison's email, I was like, I think this is what she meant when she was like, there's like layers to people.
mm,
Marcus is a cloak for Aaron.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And that helped me kind of keep it more straight.
Yeah. That is good. I think he even has that same line. He's like, I don't know how to unclasp from Marcus.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
Yeah. That is good. I know. Yeah, this book, I'm like, wow, this is good. I love all the layers. Very
Yes.
complex.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Another development we see here is Aaron's relationship with the other people in the castle,
Mm-hmm.
especially with the other common folk like Mabel and John the Baker. So John the Baker, he's like an owl or something. He's part of the
It
bird
be
people.
Yeah, so when so I wasn't 100% sure on that. Maybe we can talk about it in more detail when we get there, but it sounds like when they went to the first test so that Rose could become part of the late wake or somewhere they
Hmm.
went, Aaron was like, "Oh, all these people look like John the Baker," and they're like part owl, which was something we had circled around in book 1.
Yeah. So I think it's pretty sure he's one of those people. But I'm still kind of confused who
And
those people are.
yeah, we're kind of confused about who those people are, but I think he definitely is one because when Aaron was walking around in the wolf skin, John
Hmm.
the Baker was like disgusted by him.
Right. That's what I was gonna say. Is that like is John the Baker kind of part animal? Because he was, yeah, he really hated that Aaron was a skin stealer.
So to get the skins, I think to get the skins, what you have to do is do you kill a doppel and then you literally like clip off their skin?
I don't know if it has to be a doppel, but you definitely need to kill something and then skin it. And then you literally like fashion it into a little onesie.
Yeah, they're
That's
just a bunch
that's
of
my
people.
impression.
Do you know
In footy
LARPing?
pajamas. I don't think so.
It's called live action role play.
Oh, okay.
And it's like adults and they'll like dress up in like a furry costume
Oh,
and they'll like run around a park and reenacting a
amazing.
story.
Oh my gosh.
It's
That's what
really
they're
just
doing.
this just Aaron and the lady running.
John Baker's like, oh my gosh. Like, where am I?
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. What else?
So that's up until they get to so part of the political things that are going on, from what I can understand, is that you have the new king. What's his name? Orion?
Orin.
Orin. And the people from Duke Sung, they think he might be a doppel.
Hmm.
So that's still in question. But for right now, he's the king. It's only been a month since the old man
Trial.
king
Or
O'Shea
yeah.
died. And then it sounds like there's like these moving parts of people, some people not wanting him to be king, some people wanting him to be king. So it sounds like they're kind of doing a campaign.
Okay.
I don't know exactly what they're doing. Like, are they trying to get rid of all of the doppels? Are they trying to like secure the borders? Are they trying to?
I'm a little unsure too. I don't know how like routine these clean outs are. So it sounds like they do them a lot in like the downs.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know how often they go to villages. It sounded like pretty often though. I don't think this is a super new thing that he's doing, but it does sound like he's trying to say like, all right, guys, I don't want the doppels either. I'm a good king. And then when they go to this last village where we're currently at, it's what is it? Salty Shores. It's something like that.
Salt Main.
Salt Main, that's it. And that's like the front lines of fighting off the dragons. And I guess it's like hatchling season or something.
That's where all of this started with Orin, is that he was doing some kind of
Mm.
campaign of a similar flavor, fighting off the dragons. And we find out the dragons, they're technique in the past was to grab one person and then run off with them
Yes.
to try to convince them to doppel. So it sounds like one of the dragons picked up Oren, flew off with him, and then Oren came back and he's like, I'm fine, guys. Everything's cool. And that's where
Nothing
all of
different
this
about
kind of
me.
started. Yeah, he's like, I'm totally the same.
Which I think to his credit, I think actually he was asleep for 3 days. So he doesn't even know what happened, right?
All these people not knowing the most important things about them.
I know. Is that part of it? You don't actually know who you are?
Well, I'm like crazy. Oh, maybe I with Rose. She's like, I don't know if I'm a fae or not. I'm like, how do you not know by now? Do you have magic or do you
No.
not?
Right? Do Fae have magic? I don't know. I'm kind of confused.
She seems very like a fae to me, though.
That's what everything is telling us to believe. But also she doesn't need offerings. Like she doesn't seem to need the things a Fae typically needs from what we know or wants.
Yeah,
But maybe I don't know, maybe Faes are different. Each person's unique. I
we
don't know.
don't know.
Don't
Well,
know.
it. I think the people probably also don't know a whole lot either, because it kind of sounds like
Mm.
anytime these magical people are around, they get
Die?
killed. Yeah, they get killed or
Yes.
skinned or
I know. Although the
so,
Fae are a little bit different since they help. So like they helped at one of the
that's true.
villages secure the wall. So
Yeah.
so Fae are a little bit different.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to summarize what's going on at Salty Dunes now?
The Salt Main.
Salt Main. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is like a big fortress. And how far did you get to?
I got to the end of chapter 18.
Okay. Okay. Good. So we're there, and then the lady is there. And then she's like, Aaron, or not Aaron, Marcus, whatever. You're going to be so excited. Your sister's here. She wants to talk to you.
What?
And Aaron is like, this is terrible because
Yeah.
he's been doing he's been doing this charade, but he's like, surely my sister, air quotes,
No.
would know who I am.
Because this whole time we've been like, how does no one realize that it's not actually Marcus? Because none of
There's
them
even a
actually
line
interacted with him.
there's a line where Aaron says, I'm like starting to feel bad for Marcus that no one
Yes. You didn't know what he looked like.
Yeah. So he goes in to meet his sister named Adelaide, Princess Adelaide, not to be confused with her mother, the Lady Adelaide.
What?
Classic fantasy. Okay. She immediately knows he's not right
Good for
because
her. I
he's,
loved that.
well, she's like, you're 4 inches shorter than you were. So,
Explain that one to me.
and she's like a total baddie. She's missing a hand, but that doesn't stop her from being the biggest, baddest fighter.
I know.
Yeah.
She's
So,
cool.
Aaron's like, I got to get out of here. This girl's going to try to kill me. But then what happens? A dragon pops in.
Whoa.
Convenient. There's a dragon fight, really cool dragon scenes.
Hmm.
And then Aaron they're like, all right, we'll deal with our family stuff later. We have to fight the dragons. They fight the dragons. And then afterwards, Aaron talks to King Oren, the people,
Hmm.
the possible dragon guy. And he's like, listen, I got to tell you something. I'm actually Aaron, and I was never Marcus. My bad. And then what does Oren say? He's just kind of like, okay, fine.
He's kind of confused, I think. He's like, what do you mean? Well, I think at first he's like, is this really that big of a deal? Before Aaron says anything, Aaron's like, I gotta tell you something. He's like, how big of a deal is it? But then he sees Adelaide, the sister, like staring Aaron down, and he's like, oh no, this is a big deal.
Yes.
So then they have a whole like family meeting in one of the
Yes.
rooms. So it's Oren, sister Adelaide, and then Aaron. And
Hmm.
and now Aaron just decides to come totally clean, which I'm like,
Thank God.
I know. I was like, please, someone explain what's happening. Who is everyone?
I know. I was like, finally, someone to get
Yes.
this straight.
Yes. I've been waiting for this. So he confesses everything. And then it goes as well as to be expected because Adelaide is like, so now Aaron tells them the scoop. He's like, okay, guys, listen. The lady, she was the one who killed King Liam, and she conspired with Marcus to do it. And I forget what else he says. But that was enough
Yeah.
for Adelaide to be like, what? Because I don't think she knew about that.
No. It sounds like her, Adelaide, Princess Adelaide, and Marcus were actually close as half siblings. It sounds like Adelaide's mom, the lady, is a monster.
Mm-hmm.
And she was very dismissive of Marcus. Never even like looked at him.
Mm.
So that's why it makes sense that he got switched out and she was like, "Who are you?"
Ha
Like
ha ha. Well, but is it that she in person was very dismissive of him so that their alliance would be even more secretive? Because that they were plotting together, right?
they were plotting together. What Adelaide said is she was just like, "My mom, if you got swapped out, as long as you were doing what she wanted, she probably wouldn't even care."
Yeah.
He was just a pawn for her.
Okay.
Princess
Although,
Adelaide,
mhm.
yes.
Well, I was gonna say, although Adelaide also says like, I think she does say she's like, oh, the lady didn't really like Marcus, but she seems to like you. So do you think the lady actually
Yes.
knows it's not Marcus? And she's like, I'll just mold this person after my own image and we'll be best friends.
I could see
That's where
that.
I think that's gonna be a twist.
The lady is very smart,
Mm-hmm.
very strong, very scary.
Yeah.
I don't think our bumbling Aaron has fooled her.
I
I
know.
think she knows Aaron wants to kill her.
Yeah, I think so. She can probably read
I,
minds or something.
honestly, she has like a mind reader skin. Why not? So, Aaron's confession, I think, kind of appeases everyone. Because if
Hmm.
he was truly Marcus and he had conspired against the king, then Oren would be upset with him.
Understandable.
Yep. But he didn't do that. So he gets off with Oren. And he also tells Oren who the real killer was, the lady.
Hmm.
Adelaide, the princess, already hates the lady, it sounds like. Sounds like she likes her dad and her mom sucks. So she already doesn't like the lady. And then she's not surprised that her dad was a philanderer. He said he only had
Mm.
one illegitimate son, but she's like, honestly, there could be 100. And I think
Right.
there's at least one more.
Oh, yeah, I think so. I think so for sure.
Yeah.
Who's the one she knows about? Is it Rose and Connor?
So Rose and Connor are the lady's illegitimate kids.
Oh. Oh, so Marcus was the one she was thinking of?
Hmm.
Okay, okay. Yeah, that's right.
So what's confusing,
They're all
Aaron,
half siblings
yeah, Aaron's half sibling is Princess Adelaide.
through
Princess
the dad.
Adelaide's through the dad. Princess Adelaide's half siblings are Rose and Connor O'Shea
Through the mom.
through the mom. Adelaide also has a shared brother with Marcus, half brother, through the dad.
Yeah.
So there's still opportunity for Aaron and Rose to have a romance, I guess.
Yeah, I mean she made sure they weren't in the exact same family. They would just be at family reunions together.
Yeah, the branches are like touching, but they're not like quite
Maybe
connected.
is that the branch on the front? The circle of life?
Oh my God. Yeah, that's their family tree.
Yes. All the same branches just keep twisting around.
Yeah.
Okay, the last thing with the summary is Oren's response to Aaron's confession. And yeah, he takes it pretty well. But now they're gonna kind of like be in cahoots together. Because Aaron was like, well, how bad is it if you are a doppel? Because he's from where he comes from, he's like, that could be kind of cool. Could, be
Hmm.
helpful. You'd probably outlive all the other, all of your predecessors who died within a few years if you were actually a dragon. And I
Hmm.
think Orion's like, maybe. So now they're kind of in on it together, and they make a deal where Orin will excuse Aaron from all of his, you know, crimes. And both he and Connor will sign this deal. So if Orin dies, the next king will be in on it. If Aaron kills the lady, or no, that's not it.
Yes.
If
Yes.
that is it,
Aaron's Aaron said, I will kill the lady.
mm-hmm.
That's what Oren wants. He says, kill the lady. She killed my dad. She's got to go.
Yeah.
Aaron says, easy peasy. In his mind, he's like, I was doing that anyway. And he's like, but I want like a full blanket pardon, past, present,
Right.
future.
Yes.
Because what he doesn't want to happen is he kills the lady, Oren then gets assassinated. And then the new guy comes into town and he's like, well, I didn't know about this.
Yeah.
So that
Deal's
was
done.
smart. Yeah,
That was smart.
that was smart.
He's good at the deals.
Well, he grew up as a street rat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's where he shines.
Yeah. Street rattery. We do find out that well, I guess we already knew he was a face, but he tells that to Oren and Adelaide too. So he was the one who he was what is it? The in between the people on the
Liaison.
outside. Yeah, the liaison between the people on the outside and the doppels on the inside because the people wanted
Hmm.
to talk with a person. So he was the person, but he was delivering
Yes.
all the message from the doppels, right?
Yeah. And the doppels, it sounds like they do like a lot of like black market trade, a lot of like underground things that people want
Mm.
somehow. I don't know how they're getting it.
Yeah, I don't really know what they're doing exactly.
Sounds like they're doing a lot of thievery and a lot
They
of
might also do missions like this, like assassinations.
assassins. Yeah. So anyway, when you want to work out with you know, you don't want to see how the meat is made.
Mm-hmm.
So the faces, they'll steal these little babies and
Mm,
then they'll train them up and say that you can't go anywhere. Like you're stuck
that's
here. If you
right.
leave, it's like they kind of use like this abuse, Stockholm syndrome type of mechanics to keep these kids stuck with them.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
so you're seeing Aaron feeling torn because he doesn't feel like he belongs on the top side with the humans. His long-term allegiance feels like it's with the Doppels and the underside. But
Yeah.
then now he's with people that are his blood family. And you're seeing like how that's kind
Mm,
of like tearing at him a little bit.
yeah. I think this is so good.
Yes.
So many different things pulling at him. Yeah, because so he and his sister got off on a rough start because she tried to kill him. But it seems like they're gonna make amends here.
Princess Adelaide, have you ever watched Avatar: The Last Airbender?
No.
All right, whatever. Okay. Whatever. She seems like she
Not even
seems
gonna
like
try.
I was gonna try. Okay. It's been out for 20 years. I thought maybe there was a shot that you'd seen it. It's a really great show.
A show, not even a movie. I was thinking movie.
Mm-mm. It's a great show. Um, so Adelaide, she is a baddie. She also seems like she's very loyal.
Mm-hmm.
Like how loyal she was to Marcus, you know? And then he didn't even tell her about the assassination or any of like the plot because she probably would have not been okay with it.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
And Adelaide gave a really fair argument to Oren. So Adelaide, it sounds like she's in charge. She's like the military general of
Yeah.
Duke Song's people. And she said, Oren, maybe you're a dragon, maybe you're not. If you just stop being king and give it to your brother, who we know is not a dragon, then we're square.
Mm-hmm.
Oren said, no deal.
And he doesn't even seem sure whether he's a doppel or not.
No. And so that was something else that was confusing because he was like, well, I still have, even if I am a doppel, he's like, I still have my mind unless like I start switching a lot to the dragon.
That's what Aaron said as his argument for why Oren should stay. He's like, Oren's still very human. Yeah, it hasn't become very dragony yet. Probably has years.
So because we remember from the upside down, you
Mm,
had the humans and then they would flip between animal, person, and then like
yeah.
their ears would pop out.
Mm-hmm. They start morphing into the animal,
Yeah. So
right?
is it like over time, like is it like when you doppel, you have both minds inhabiting one body and one's dormant? And then over time, it starts like melding and meshing, and then the animal gets like
The
the final.
final.
Yeah.
I really
Seems like a
don't
bad
know.
deal.
Um, yeah, I don't really know how it works. Maybe? Yeah, so your final thing is ending up as fully animal.
Yeah,
So you
well,
start
just
fully
kind of
human, then you go down the gradient.
right. Because, like, why would the animal want to doppel with the human if they're like, well, I want to keep my sentience, but then they like, I don't fully get what's in it for the animal, the beastie.
They get to be a human.
But they're not,
So maybe it is
are
both minds
they?
together.
That's what I'm
Yeah, I don't
saying.
know.
Like,
Still a little confused.
maybe it'll become more clear as we go.
Yeah. They do say that like the life expectancy between the two parties like meets in the middle. So a
Yes.
person doppled with a rat now has a expectancy of like 30 years or something.
Yeah.
Something like that.
We
So
find
that could
out,
be a plus for the rat.
yeah. So some of the tricks it sounds like the beasties do is there's this one example, Marcus's family in the upside down. They're all rats.
Mm-hmm.
They thought they were stuck in a cave in a landslide. And so all these rats were like, I can squeeze through. So all of the ones that survived were the rats and they doppled. And then once you get
Mm-hmm.
out, you find out that it was actually never caved
A real
in.
lock slide.
It was a mirage, I guess, a very solid one, surely.
Yeah. What? That was
What?
crazy.
Yeah. So these beasties, they're sneaky.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think those are the fox beasties, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're extra smart.
So in the beginning, we have like this legend of old story in italics, so you know it's important.
Mm.
At first, I thought we were talking about Marcus, but now I don't know. Who do you think it's about?
Oh. Um, I don't even remember. What was the gist of the italics?
Once there was a boy born to a noble family, born second, born forfeit. The nurse said he's a healthy one. Just hear that voice, clear and strong. Men will listen to him. They would, his mother said. The boy grew up. Da 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 da. Da. It's talking about this boy.
Mm. Oh.
And then there's a dragon. And it sounds like the dragon doppeled him.
No. Let's see. Okay. So I had written a note and I said, is this about Marcus and the mom? But maybe was it Marcus and his sister? Because let's see. Oh no. Um yeah, so this is a story about a dragon killing the forfeit kid, right? But does the kid actually die?
Well, it's a dragon slipped into its stolen skin
Oh.
and joined her. We don't know who her is, a
Oh
young
gosh, I
woman.
know it's all these pronouns are getting kind of confusing.
I know. And then the dragon says to this young woman, "We will set the pact back to rights. There will be peace between us. There's no need for you to die." And then she says, "There's no need for you to live." And then she killed it, I'm assuming the dragon. She was the
Mm-hmm.
firstborn of her family, the heir born responsible.
So would that be Adelaide?
That sounds like Adelaide.
So maybe was there another forfeit son? Because she didn't kill Marcus. Ugh, I kind of forget. I don't know.
Well, I think maybe what it is that because the noble family had to give to the dragons their, well, maybe it was their first son.
No, it's her second, I think.
Oh, their second.
I think
Okay.
so.
So maybe there was some little boy born from Duke's song, and then he was supposed to be given to the dragon. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. But yeah, I'm a little unclear too.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Um, okay, so we've done our big summary. Now we're going back to the specifics.
Hmm.
I had a question at the beginning, and maybe we've kind of talked about it, but I was confused why everyone was okay with Marcus slash Aaron being a shapeshifter. So I guess you're still a human, so it's fine.
I think that's where Aaron's kind of like, you guys are making these arbitrary lines as to
Mm,
what's okay and what's not.
yeah. Yeah.
And it kind of sounds like they're okay if the CIA is doing it to continue the humans' goals, but they don't want
Yeah.
everybody doing it.
Yeah.
And based on John the Baker, the owlboy, it sounds like not everyone's like fine and dandy about it. Some people think it's gross.
Right. Yeah. So I guess, yeah, that makes sense.
So there's this line: the largest difference between the cloaks and true doppel-ing. Aaron was wearing some dead body's skin, but their human voice had been gutted with the rest of them.
Oh, so it was a doppel. Oh, that would make sense why it could fit a human form.
Yeah. And it kind of makes
Oh.
sense why they want to go and kill all these doppels because they want to steal your skin. And they're saying it's because you're not really human,
Yeah, that sounds exactly right.
but they really just want to take your powers.
Interesting. There is a lot of good political stuff going on here.
Yeah. And I mean, it really does kind of bring up like just even like philosophical questions of like what makes a human, what makes one life worth more than another,
Yeah, if anything.
if anything. And we talked about this in the end of the previous book, is that it sounds like a lot of these people in leadership in the royal family, a lot of them are mixed at this point.
Yeah,
The lines are very blurred.
right. But there's still a very strong like us and them kind of thing. They're
Yes.
like, well, if we do it, it's okay. But
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So one of my questions, I mean, I guess it kind of sounds like Aaron's torn between the beasties and the humans.
hmm
Like when they were killing all the doppels just because they were doppels, he was feeling really bad about it. And I think so they're in the little town and then they were trying to smoke them out, turn them into doppels. One of the people turned into a doppel and they were being very obvious about it. And Aaron was like, "Get out of here. Go on, get." And he like saved one.
We tried to.
He-
Remember what happened?
oh. Well, I wasn't sure if that doppel then died or if he got away and there was like another doppel there. I was a little
Oh,
confused about that.
no. So I think what happened, there's a guy who is a doppel. Aaron pulls him aside and is like, hey, go to Toucans.
Hmm.
And he's like, oh no, he knows I'm a doppel. And then the doppel's like, okay, fine, I'll go. But as the doppel's walking away, the doppel's death is nearby. And the death realizes that Marcus, Aaron, can see things. And he is like, that wasn't supposed to happen. And so the death goes and he kills the doppel. So then
Mm.
the lady comes, or I think it was the lady, and she's like, was he a doppel? And Aaron goes, yeah. And she goes, and he died? And he was like, he sure did. And the lady was like, oh, it would have been better for a friend to kill him. So that could be his last moment. Because they're like, this is a very merciful thing to kill them. Yeah.
Oh my
And
God.
so then they're like, okay, well, we won't even let the family know that he was a doppel. We'll just let him have a digni- dignified death and just say that he died because of the fire.
Yes.
Yeah. So he doesn't make it out.
Yes. Okay. But yes. So do you think Aaron is more on the beastie side? Do you think he's more on the human side? Do you think he's split 50-50?
I think more on the beastie side
Yeah.
because I think he definitely has because all of his family. I guess this also brings up a question like who is your family? Because all the people he
Hmm.
grew up with were not fully human.
Yeah.
So and he grew up with a distrust of the royal family and people who work for them. So
It also
yeah.
seems like the humans are the aggressors in a lot of these scenarios.
From what we're seeing, yeah. Because, yeah, what exactly do the animals or doppels do other than try to doppel? I guess
And
they can be
live.
sneaky. Yeah. And maybe that's the point. It's like they're just trying to survive, but the royal family's
Hmm.
like, we'll survive a different way.
Yeah.
And then they're like, we don't have another choice. And like, well, whatever. We're going to kill you anyway.
And steal your skin. Boop.
Yeah. Yeah, which I think is could be a larger commentary on like, using like vulnerable populations. It's like
Yeah.
work this job to make me things. And it's like, but what about more money? And you're like, don't need it.
Don't need it. Get another job. You're like, but I work 10
Yeah.
hours a day. I'm like, well, it sounds like you're sleeping for 8.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah. So I think that's really interesting.
Hmm.
Yeah, there is an interesting conversation with the lady during their Griffin practice. Um, and the lady's asking him like something about like all these magical creatures or whatever. And she goes, what do humans do? And Aaron responds, we create. I said, oh, that's a nice response. Do you remember this
Hmm.
conversation?
I do.
You remember what she says next?
She said, no, boy, we destroy.
Yes. And I said, whoa. And then I was
Like,
like, you know what?
dang.
Kind of true too. Good point.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I thought I thought that was interesting. There's this line where she says, "We've broken the future itself when we've had the mind for it. There is not a thing that exists that we cannot unmake." And I was like, that's a good point because she was like, other creatures create too. We're the only
Yeah.
ones who destroy. And I said, wow,
Yeah.
deep.
Because she was like beavers. Beavers are like the greatest engineers in the world.
Yes.
They're
And we
out
got
here,
nothing on them.
they're out here building things without a blueprint.
Never
No
went to
tools but their
engineering
teeth.
school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. No one taught them nothing. They wake up and they're like, you know what this needs?
A
A
dam.
dam. They hear running water. They say, not anymore.
Yeah. There's a leak. We gotta fix it. Okay, my question though on this is what do you think the actual unique thing about humans is? Because do you think it's that they destroy, or do you think there's going to be another thing that comes out?
I feel like it's, for me, what I think makes humans quote unquote special is that they're able to reflect.
Mm, sentient.
Sentient. They're able, like, not only do they, sometimes they create, sometimes they destroy, sometimes they do things in between, but they are able to reflect back and think, do I like this? Do I not? Can I change my behavior?
Mm-hmm.
And are able to change behavior, I guess,
Yeah.
independently versus like, I mean, maybe it's not even independent because I'm thinking like, oh, like my cats, like I can train them to do something. But maybe when I'm quote unquote changing my behavior, it's because people are indirectly training me in a way. I'm
Yeah.
I'm acting in a way and getting a response I don't like.
Yeah.
So let me change my
Hmm.
approach.
Right. And some humans can't do that. But are they? They're still humans. So.
Wow, shots fired. You're right, though. What do you think?
I don't know. So the thing I had written down, which I'm like, I don't think this is the answer, but I felt like it was Akatar coming out. Whereas, like, what's the unique thing about humans is that they love. But I was like, I don't think that's the
Uh,
direction they're going. Yeah.
no, I don't think so either, because I feel like animals love. There's the orca and her little dead baby, and she was
Mm.
carrying it around, and she was so sad. She was
Aw,
mourning.
that is sad.
And they're like
Um,
animals when they lose their friend and they're looking for them.
humans might sacrifice for each other, might jump in front of a bullet for someone. That's like a great act of love.
I could see dogs do that. They'll fight a bear for their person.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah. Hmm. Maybe, maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
I think the answer is that it's when you walk around day to day in your mind, it feels very clear. Oh, clearly there's difference between me and the animals. But then when you sit and you think
Oh.
about it and you think, what is the defining feature? It's not as easy when you really think about it.
Hmm. Yeah, that's interesting. Interesting, interesting. I mean, you could say things like sentience and like moral capacity or something. But again, and even I'm thinking about people who like flowers for Algernon,
Yeah,
like people with extreme, you know, disabilities. It's like,
mental disabilities.
mm-hmm. Like if you can't
Right.
talk, can't. I imagine you're thinking, I don't know,
Does that
but
make you
like,
less of a person? Right.
right? And it's like, I wouldn't say so. But like, if that's our
Hmm.
definition of person,
Hmm.
then maybe we need a new definition. Which is also the thing with their definitions of like creating and destroying, where it's like, well, then what's making a doppel less of a person if they can still do the person thing?
Right.
I don't know.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Okay, I have a lore question on the book.
Oh,
I'm trying to see what chapter it's in. It's hard because I have the big, huge book, so I can't give you a page number. It's
aha.
in chapter 11. It's
Okay.
after it's after the baby was born in the little town.
Yes.
And so they're like the town people are talking about like their gods or whatever.
Oh,
And Rose
yeah.
says they believe it's all the same creature, the Lord of seasons, spring and summer, autumn and winter, that each new monstrous animal is the face of the same thing, dying and being
Mm-hmm.
reborn. And why not? The twinned god has two faces. Four didn't seem much of a stretch, but that might be a bit blasphemous of an example to use with so many troops around. Okay. So they said the twinned god, and who do I think of? But Rose and Connor are twin princeling and prince.
Oh, that's a great point. Whoa.
One who has been
Whoa.
swapped out with a changeling.
Whoa. That's a great point. So what are you saying? Are you saying they're like demigod?
I don't know. I'm thinking that their twinness and their human slash non-humanness, maybe it will come together and like allow the bridge.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah, I could see that.
I think that relationship might be like a key to closing the bridge between the doppels, the quote unquote non-humans and the humans.
Yeah. Oh, I think that's a great point. Interesting. We are seeing a lot of twins. We have the twin gods, and then the lady who gives birth here, she gives birth to twins,
Oh, she does?
right? I think so because Rose blesses them. It's a boy and a
Oh,
girl.
yeah,
Yeah, it
she
is
had twins
twins.
too.
And Rose blesses them and says something like, "May he be her heart when she loses sight, and may she be his mind when he's given up," or
Hmm.
something like that.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we're seeing a lot of twins. I think
Hmm.
that's a great point. I think you're exactly right.
Well, and it's a similar idea that we had before with Aaron and Rose, where she has been raised a human but is non-human, and he's been raised non-human but is a human.
Oh, yeah.
And so you're kind of getting like these different parallels, these different walks of life, and they're all kind of converging together. And if we're really going to be meta and tie it together, maybe it's all of their different perspectives are breaking their echo chamber.
Whoa, TJ Klune, where'd you come from?
Yeah. But like because it sounds like there's like a lot of people who are like, this is what a person is, this is what a person isn't, da 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 da. But then if you have all of these different types of people that you know and appreciate, and you say, well, you're a person, surely the princess is a person,
Oh,
can it open your mind and kind of change your thought pattern?
yeah. Very interesting. Yeah, I could see this going that direction.
Okay. Time check. Wow, it's been a long time. Okay.
Oh, we've had a lot of good things.
Yeah. Okay. You want to wrap it up?
Yeah. Um,
Oh, I had one
let's
more
see.
question.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Why would a dragon want to doppel?
I had that same question.
Like,
Yeah, like are humans
what do
just the
they
very
get?
best? Seems like not a lot, unless it's like protection from all the human fighters, because I mean, the dragons are attacked all the time, but dragons
Yeah,
seem to be
because they're
winning,
yeah, but it sounds like the dragons go to where the humans are. It seems like they could just fly away to where the humans are not.
right?
That
Go, they just
the
live their happy
human,
life.
yeah, I don't know why they want to doppel.
Yeah, I also don't really know. So they had this dragon pact where they took a kid each year, but then that broke. That's why there's all this like turmoil between the dragons and people. Why do they
Oh,
need a
that's so they
peak
could
person?
doppel.
Oh, I guess so. So only one doppel a year?
The
Or
dragons
were
live a
there
long
multiple
time.
sacrifices? Yeah, I guess so.
I think it was like I think a lot of people had to give. I think every like family had to give like one kid.
Oh, is that much? That's
I think
interesting.
so.
I don't know. That's a lot of kids. Well, maybe after you give one, you don't. Or was it a lottery? I forget.
It was something. It was something Hunger
Yeah.
Games style. People giving up their kids.
Yeah.
But the dragons are probably trying to doppel them. Maybe the dragons were trying to infiltrate the humans. Maybe that's like that beginning part, what they were talking about.
Oh, yeah. Dragons want to take over from the inside.
Yeah, which
I
would
could see
give
that.
credence to Orin being a dragon and we don't even know it.
That's true. Do you think he's a dragon?
Or Rose.
Yeah, can she not doppel because she's a fae
Well, we don't really know that she's
or
a
a
fae.
changeling?
She's definitely a changeling, meaning she was swapped, it sounds like. But
So is she
swapped with
even
what?
actually the daughter of whoever?
I think in as much as you think a adopted child is part of the family. But she
Okay.
must be blood because she's able to do the,
Yeah.
which then that
I
would
think
give credence to doppling more than swapping, wouldn't it?
Why? Because it's
Because if she doppels, she can still have her human body and her human blood, her same human body and blood, but she's doppeled, so now she has been like swapped out a little bit. Like maybe she has like a latent dragon inside of her or something.
oh. Um, you're saying you think she has been doppled, or it would be better if she had been doppled than changed?
I'm saying if she was changed, that wouldn't make sense because she's able to go into the secret palace places where you have to have palace blood, royal
Okay,
blood.
yeah.
That's how we validated that Aaron was Duke
Hmm.
Sung's kid. So if she was swapped out entirely, I don't think she would have the same blood type.
Unless she was swapped out with another one of their kids,
Oh
because they
my
seem to have a
God.
lot. Yeah, maybe she and Aaron will find out they actually are blood related, like Luke and Leia style.
Oh, that would be interesting. Or maybe one of the dragons took one of the babies like a long time ago, swapped it out. Well, they'd have to swap her when she was a baby. Yeah, I don't know.
Be hard for a dragon to sneak in. Because, so I had this question partly because when the dragons are fighting everyone and they're trying to take all the humans to Doppel, they don't pay any attention to Orin or to Rose. And so that kind of makes people suspicious of like, is Orin actually already a Doppel? That's why they don't want him. But also, I'm like, why not
Yeah.
why not Rose? Can she not Doppel? I don't know.
I'm thinking, I'm in
Question.
camp. She's already been doppeled since birth.
Mm. Seems like a long time though. Seems like she would have all, but the baby wouldn't want a doppel. I thought you had to be like mutual swiping.
Maybe they torture the baby so that the
Oh
baby wants
man.
to.
That's
I'm sure
awful.
I'm sure there's techniques to manipulate a baby.
Yeah. There's gotta be. Must be
Yeah.
pretty easy.
Yeah. Like, because all it has to be as simple as like you want like your food and you're like, I wish I could get the food. I wish I could be that person who's holding the food.
Guess that's true.
It could be as simple as that. And then, phew,
Dragon wouldn't need much time.
no. Interesting. Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. Well, this has been great.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I'm excited for this book.
I'm really excited too. We should have said this at the top, but rate, review, subscribe, fill out our poll, send us an email, contact us, give us hope. Something. My God.
We're desperate.
We're not desperate, but we do want it.
Just being honest.
Just being
Okay.
honest.
I
All
love you.
right. Love you too. Bye.
Bye.